Hi, welcome back to the channel. Back to some Bruce TV, as my partner seems to like to call it. Right, so I've done the wrong thing here with this film, as I've put title, which is what it's going to be about. Now, I was going to do just a normal title like a Sunday run, and I don't want to attract new people looking for what's in this title, the new 2024 Royal Enfield Bullet 350 that's been released, because I don't want to respond to 100 million comments. But then I thought, what the hell, because it probably will get a lot of interest. But nobody out of all the other YouTubers that have been guessing about this bike, and that's what they're doing. They're not getting press releases from Royal Enfield, or a lot of folk are just clickbaiting on their YouTube channels about this bike. But I'm going to ask the one question no one else has asked about it. I'm just going to pull in first for a photo here, because look at the view. So this is the Garleton Hills in East Lothian. If you're heading up the A1 into East Lothian, heading for Edinburgh, you will pass Haddington, and this is the range of hills on the north side of the A1. And on the other side of this landscape is obviously the flat agricultural plains of East Lothian. So we'll just get a couple of pics here. So you may or may not see in these photos, all the harvesting's been done in the space of like a week to 2 weeks. It's been a bit weird this year. The big massive 40-foot header combine has just been out, chomped the fields, disappeared. Usually you can drive about for a few weeks on end and just see and film, if you want, or photograph loads of big combines out. But they've just been and gone and left their mark with chopped fields. So anyway, so back to what I was talking about. So this bike has been sort of anticipated with all these different models and everything, and it's all been actually hyped up by people that don't actually work for Royal Enfield but seem to blag stuff off of bike shops, so there's a lot of disappointed people when they've seen what was released. Yeah. Right, I'm not going to bother posting pictures off of the Royal Enfield website of the new Bullet 350. But if you do go and look on the website, or you've watched an official video, make your mind up what you see, right? So basically what you're going to see is, once you actually read the specifications, is exactly the same as a classic 350 with a different tank, different side panels that replica the panels of the old Bullets of old, and a squared off rear mudguard, and a one-piece dual seat. And that seems to be what they've done to the classic 350 and made it, they've called it the Bullet. Right, so anyway, right, I'm not going to go on, I'll just get down the road a bit and we'll continue. So that's us heading off, down off the Garleton Hills, down onto the flat agricultural plain of East Lothian. So we're catching up with cars here, so I'm going to skip ahead and I'll catch you once I get along to Drem, after I escape all the Sunday traffic and we get on a quieter road. Okay, I'll see you there. hear the wee classic 350 singing its heart out on these wee country roads which it's made for. So back to this Bullet. I think it's kind of weird, right, that they've just took bike they've had for 2 years out in the market and called it something different, and you're going to switch off from watching me now once I ask this question. But it's the most obvious question about the new bike was when they released the classic 350J model, which like this is, why didn't they just call it the Bullet to begin with? Because you had the Meteor, then you had the classic, which could have been called the Bullet, and then the Hunter, and that would be 3 traditional Royal Enfield names of 3 models of bikes that go back for years, generations in models. I just think it's really weird, you know, that like, why wasn't this the classic if they just called the Bullet? And they could have, if they wanted to, this year, some sort of anniversary of the original Bullet, they could have just done an anniversary model and a few different options. I don't know. I didn't see, like, I don't know. I don't really care, to tell you the truth, because I love my classic 350. I've made my own bike, painting it. I'm keeping it, and I'm probably going to buy another Signals sand one in a couple of years' time if I can find one second hand. And then that just keeps with what I want, which is military Royal Enfields, really. And I think this is the big thing, right? Is see, like, names of like classic things, could be bikes, could be cars. Should the classic have just name ended with the 350? Because the 350 is a pre-unit engine, nothing at all to do with this J series engine, which is more Japanese than traditional Indian. I know it's like British designers have built it who work for Triumph and all that. But, right, think Ford cars, right? So, did you have an original Ford Puma? You know what I'm talking about. If you're 50 son, you know what I'm talking about. Have you looked at the new Ford Puma? Does it look at all like the original Ford Puma? Not at all. Nothing like it. It looks like just every other cloned car you buy now. These sort of like 2-wheel drive, 4x4 look-alike urban cars, you know. They all look the same. Soulless sort of cars. What else? Look at the Ford Mustang, right? Look at the new electric Mustang. I mean, what the actual F? Making an electric car and calling it a Mustang, right? We'll just leave that one at that. Now, can you imagine if Ford brought out some new sort of horrid looking electric vehicle and said, we're releasing the Mark II Escort? I mean, folk would be like setting fire at them in the streets, wouldn't they? All I'm trying to say is, some things are legend manufactured, and they come to the end of that life. And I think that name should maybe stop with that, if that makes any sense. But it didn't have to with the Classic, because the Classic 350 should have just been called the Bullet if they wanted to keep the name going. And a lot of folk have said, oh, the Indian market, in comments to other films, sorry, oh, the Indian market wants to keep the Bullet name going, and they wanted to check that the J series engine was reliable enough. Well, the Meteor's got a year start on the Classic, and my actual Classic 350 is on 9,000 miles now. I'll be 10,000 when 6 weeks, because I'm going up north of Scotland next week on holiday, or week after next. So all I'm trying to say is that engine will go way longer than the old pre-unit engines. It will. I mean, I've done nearly 9,000 miles and I've never topped oil up between the two services. It's bomb-proof. So it's a great bike, you know, and you can't mock it. I just think they should have just put the Bullet badge on it to begin with, but anyway, what do I know? I'm Joe Kidd on Stingray. So I'm off anyway. I'll leave you to your musings, but my regulars, feel free to post your opinions, and if I get any idiots on here, I'll just block them as I always do. But I don't get many idiots on my channel. I know a lot of guys do, but I'm not giving you some sort of false reporting on stuff I actually haven't any hard evidence on. I'm just saying it's weird. Why did the Classic 350 not just call the Bullet? I don't know. Anyway, with that, thanks all for watching. As always, leave a like, comment. I'll always get back to folk, and we'll catch up soon. If you didn't enjoy this, don't worry, because the next ride is down into Berkshire, and there's some drone footage with that one, and you might enjoy that. So thanks again, and bye for now.